Hello, this is Mark via hiphopmakers.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make an animated banner in Photoshop. You can use this banner to promote your upcoming album, your website, your MySpace page, whatever you want. What you see on the screen is a speaker. You're going to need a speaker. I'm going to try to provide you with a link below, but if not, find one yourself, okay? I'm going to come back to the speaker though. So I'm going to make a new document in Photoshop. My width is going to be 450. My height is going to be 100. My resolution is going to be 72. And my color mode is going to be RGB. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. And this is going to be the size of our banner. So I'm going to double click this layer. I'm going to name it BG. And I'm going to double click it again. I want to give the background a color that's going to stand out. So I'm going to the gradient overlay tool. And I'm going to select a dark red for the bottom and a brighter red for the top. Okay, so you see what I got. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some text now, and I'm using the font Impact. Okay, and so I want my messages to stand out. Sorry, you can't see it, it's in red. I want my font to be black. So free drums, double click the T, and I'll make it a little bit bigger, right about there. I'm gonna duplicate and make another layer. It's gonna be free samples. I'll make it a little bit smaller. I'm gonna duplicate the layer. I'm right clicking the layer and go and duplicate. This one's gonna be free tutorials. I'll make that a little bit smaller, move it over to the left. And the last one, I'm gonna duplicate the layer again, sorry. And the last one will be hiphopmakers.com. Hiphopmakers.com. Well, just probably Hip Hop Makers. And make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the circle tool. I'm gonna hold shift and I'm gonna make a circle about that size. I'm gonna double click the red section and make it black. And I'm gonna move it to about here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the speaker. I'm gonna crop out everything that I don't need. So I'm gonna crop that and then I'm gonna hit crop. Or I hit the selection tool and then cropped it. I'm gonna deselect it and I'm gonna get the circle tool and I'm gonna hold shift to make a perfect circle. Can't really see over it, so I'm gonna make it a little bit transparent and drag it to where I want to cut it. That's fine right there. So I'm gonna hit control and I'm gonna select the circle and then I'm gonna hide the circle and then I'm gonna select the layer with the speaker image in it, and then I hit this mask tool right here and then it cuts out everything. So I'm gonna drag this to my banner and I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna get my transform tool because I have my speaker layer selected and I'm holding shift to scale it. Hit enter and drag it above this. Shift tool again to scale it properly. Okay, that's fine where it is. And I'm gonna adjust the circle behind it again to make it more round to the edges. So let me rename this layer. Sorry, my Photoshop messes up a little bit. Circle. Okay, I'm gonna rename the speaker. Speaker. I'm gonna duplicate the speaker. And it says speaker copy, but I'm gonna name it speaker big. Okay. So I'm gonna hide the speaker big and I'm gonna go to the speaker below it and I'm gonna transform that one a little bit and make it smaller. Okay, so I have two layers of the speaker. This is speaker small, and I have speaker big. And for the speaker big, I'm going to select that layer, and I'm going to go to blur and motion blur. And I have it at about 15, and you see that the effect that it gives it. So that's what we have right now. Okay, so now we have free drums, free samples, free tutorials, which I'm gonna make a little bit bigger. Alright, so I'm gonna go to free drums, and while I'm doing this, I'm gonna bring out the animation tool. Alright, so the first frame I want is going to be on a blur. So I'm gonna duplicate the free drums layer, and so I made a duplicate of free drums. I put my speaker on blur, and then I'm going to go to motion blur again. Yes. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So I put it at, let's say, even 30, okay? I'm hit OK. So this is the first frame. I'm gonna put it at 0.2 seconds. I'm gonna make another layer. I'm gonna set it at 2 seconds. I'm gonna hide my free drums motion blur layer, and I'm gonna put free drums, and I'm gonna hide the speaker big. So I have, this is the first frame, this is the second frame. So I'm gonna make me another frame right here by clicking this little icon right here to make another one. I'm gonna put this on 0.2. I'm gonna put the speaker big on again. I'm gonna hide free drums, and I'm gonna make a copy of free samples. I'm gonna show it right there, and then I'm gonna go to motion blur, and it's already set to the way that I want it. So then it gives it this blur, okay? So this is set to blur once again. This is sharp. These are on blur. I'm gonna make another one, set it at 2 seconds, and it's gonna be free samples, and then the big speaker is gonna be off. So I'm gonna play it for a second. So when the speaker hits, the words change. So I'm gonna continue to do this. New layer or new frame. I'm gonna set it to 2 seconds. I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna put the big speaker. I'm gonna show that one. And it's gonna be free tutorials next. I'm gonna hide that free tutorials. I'm gonna give this one a motion blur. There we go right there. And the speakers on blur. I'm gonna make a new frame. I'm gonna hide the motion blurred free tutorials one. I'm gonna show it now, and I'm gonna hide that, and I'm put that at 2 seconds. So I'm gonna make another one. Put the big speaker in, and then the last one is hip hop makers. So I'm gonna duplicate the layer. I'm gonna go to motion blur, and that's what it's showing. And remember, set this at 0.2, and I'm gonna make a new one, and now it's gonna be clear. So this is the whole animation. Hip hop makers. Okay, so that's the whole banner. So I hope that you found this to be helpful. To export, I usually just go to Save for Web. You save as a GIF, 256 colors, and save it to the desktop or save it to wherever you want. So banners, and that's the banner. Okay, hope you enjoy.